Hello children, I welcome you all once again to your English class. I hope you all are doing well. Children, for today's English lesson, we are going to start a new chapter from your English supplementary reader book, Packed with the Sun. And this chapter is the 6th chapter. This is going to be the first chapter after our half-yearly examination. So the 6th chapter is the monkey and the crocodile. So this chapter is on page number 20 and we will be reading a story. Obviously children, I have already told you that some stories in this book are obviously in reference to the Panchatantra stories or something like that, closer to it. So let's begin. A monkey lived in a fruit tree on the bank of a river. Okay, so there was this monkey. He was living where? He was living on the bank of a river. He made friends with a crocodile, gave him delicious fruits to eat and sent some for his wife. Okay, so what do we see? That he became friends with whom? With a crocodile, and he means regularly he used to give what? He used to give delicious fruits, tasty fruits to whom? To the crocodile, and also sent some of the fruits for his wife. Okay, they met regularly and talked. The monkey in the tree and the crocodile on the ground. Okay, so the crocodile was there sitting on the ground. He talked from there, and the monkey was always on the tree. Now let's begin the story. Once, on the bank of a river, a monkey made a home for himself in a tree laden with fruit. He lived in it, happily eating to his heart's content the fruit of his choice. Yes, so there was this monkey. He lived on a tree, and on that fruit tree, in the fruit tree, he used to get delicious fruits. Okay, so tree laden means what, children? Laden means it was heavy with it. It was bearing fruits, so it was heavy with it. It was carrying. Now the monkey was happy but lonely and wanted a companion to talk to. So monkey had no friends, okay, no other monkeys to talk to. So he thought that he will be making a friend, and because he was very lonely and wanted a companion. Companion means, children, what? Companion means friend. And share the fruits with. So yes, he was living on a fruit tree, so he wanted to share. When you are friends with someone, you like to share with them your belongings. You also love to share food with them. So this was the case. Okay. Now, but there was no one around, not even another monkey. Till one day, a crocodile appeared on the riverside. Yes, so there was no one around, no other animal. But one day, what happened? A crocodile was seen near the bank. Okay. Hello there. Not that piggy bank or the bank we know where we deposit money, but this bank is the riverside. Okay. That is also known as bank. Now, hello there, said the monkey. Do you live in this river? So what did the monkey ask? The crocodile. The monkey asked that, do you live in this river only? Would you like to eat some fruit? Yes, like a good, gentle person. What did he say? Gentle animal. He said that, would you like some fruit? Now, good morning, replied the crocodile politely. I did come here in the search of food for myself and my wife. Nice of you to offer me fruit. Okay. So what did he say? It's very nice of you to offer me this fruit. I live with my wife here. I came here in search of food only. The monkey plucked some from the nearest branch and threw them down to the crocodile. Okay, threw them down means throw. This word threw is the past tense for throw. You know, throw means to to send something forcefully or to move anything to the other side. Now the crocodile found them delicious. Thanks, he said. May I have some on my next visit? So he said, this is very tasty, so he thanked him. He was grateful that he got to taste the fruits. So he said, can I come here again and will you offer me, can you give me the fruits again next time? Certainly, as many as you like, and some for your wife too, said the monkey. So what did he say? That you can take it, you can come here regularly. Certainly means surely you can come here, as many as you like, and some for your wife as well. Do come again. I am rather lonely here. So what did he say? That please visit again. Like good friend, he said that you must visit again. And also what you need to do? Because I feel so lonely here, you must pay me a visit. The crocodile visited the monkey regularly and ate the fruits which his host threw down. Yes, children, host is someone who is attending to a guest. Okay, so obviously when your guest or some relatives come to your house, what do? You offer them fruits, you talk with them. So like a good host, he used to throw the fruits from the branch only. He took some home for his wife. Okay, so what did he do? He took some for his wife. The monkey and the crocodile were now the best of friends. They talked and were never tired of talking. Okay, so they talked, but they were never tired of talking, like good friends. They talked about birds and animals, about the villagers nearby and the difficulties villagers faced in raising good crops for lack of rain. The crocodile's wife was annoyed because her husband came home late. She didn't like his friendship with the monkey. The crocodile couldn't altogether ignore his wife's wishes. Okay, so now the crocodile wife was very annoyed that how can you come so late? He always spent time with the monkey and so much time was lost. So the wife was really angry. She didn't like his friendship with the monkey. The crocodile couldn't altogether ignore his wife's wishes. Yes, children, because his wife was his companion, so he cannot ignore it. He has to listen to her. One day, the crocodile stayed with the monkey longer than usual. His wife was annoyed, waiting and waiting, managing the little crocodiles. Little crocodiles means the kids of the crocodiles. That had just been hatched. Hatched means coming out of the egg. You know, like reptiles, they give eggs. Like also the fish. Then we know this turtle, they lay eggs only. So here we can see that crocodile has laid eggs and the little tiny kids have come out. Crocodiles. She said, "Who is this friend of yours you are so fond of?" Okay. So you are spending so much time with this friend. Who is it? Okay. "Oh, he is a very nice monkey," he replied. "He lives on a fruit tree. He sends fruit for you every day. You don't expect me to climb trees, do you?" So now what did he say? He said that I know a friend, he's a very nice monkey. Now he lives on that fruit tree from where I bring you all these fruits. Now he sends fruit for you every day. Now do you expect me to climb the trees? Now you know children, crocodile cannot climb trees, right? So what did he say? That do you expect me to climb trees? I cannot climb trees. Okay. Now I am sure, a nice monkey, I am sure, replied the wife with obvious sarcasm. Sarcasm is like what, children? It's like making fun of someone. Yes, you do not mean to say something. So sarcasm is a word now. You might have heard it somewhere. Please. Sarcasm means what, children? In a very funny way, but means actually something which is very serious said in a very funny way. Means you don't mean to say those things, but you are saying, "Oh, you did this." Okay, so you are actually saying that you do not want it. Nice monkey should not mean that it was really a nice monkey. Okay, she meant something else. If you ask me, this monkey should be my food. Okay, if he is so nice, I want to eat the monkey. Okay, I want to eat his heart so much. Okay, so if he is so nice, his heart must be pure. His heart must be so delicious because he is so good-hearted. What a foolish things to say. So what did the crocodile say? That you are so foolish. This is so foolish. I cannot let you eat my friend. Shouted the crocodile. I can't kill a friend, though I won't mind a monkey occasionally for a change of taste. So what did he say? That I cannot give you him as a food, but yes, I can as food, but I can hope, that means I won't mind eating a monkey. Okay, you bring him here, ordered the wife. I want to see him. So what did the wife say? That you should bring him here, I want to eat him. You bring him here, ordered the wife, I want to see him. So you can eat him. Never, declared her husband. So the wife demanded that she wants to eat the heart of the monkey. But the crocodile did not want to kill his friend. So what did he say? Yes, you want me to bring him here? I am going to bring him here, and you are going to do what? You are going to eat his heart. Yes, you are going to kill him. So I am not going to bring him here. Never. His wife was furious. Furious means what, children? To become really, really angry. Yes, and she dived in to hide herself at the bottom of the river, leaving the little ones to pester their father. Okay, so what did she do? She herself dived into the river. Okay, she now dived means what? Plunging into the river. She went inside the river and she hid herself at the bottom of the river, leaving the little ones to pester their father. Pester means here to annoy their father, means the father will be taking care of the little crocodiles now. The crocodile was in a serious dilemma. He couldn't understand that what should I do now, because my wife is also dear to me. She is very close to me. I love her. So how can I refuse her? So he loved his wife and was very fond of his friend too. So he obviously loved his friend as well. Finally, he decided to be on the side of his wife. So he could not help but he gave in to the desire of his wife. She was his life partner after all. Yes, he was staying with her since so long. He cannot annoy her, make her angry because of her recent friend. Okay. Now, I know it's sin to betray a friend, but I have no choice. What did she say? That I know it's a sin to betray a friend. It's what? It will be wrong to betray a friend, but I have no choice. He said to himself, I will invite the monkey home and hope for the best. So he decided what he is going to do, like his wife wanted, to invite the monkey home. So he thought that he will be inviting his friend home. Okay. My wife wants you over a meal, dear friend, said the crocodile when he visited the monkey next. You must come home with me today. With pleasure, said the monkey. I am no swimmer, but can ride on your back. What did he say? He said that with pleasure, I am no swimmer, but can ride on your back. And they set out in the middle of the river where the current was the strongest. The crocodile could no longer hide his intention. So now what did he say? That my wife is calling you for a meal. Okay, she has invited you for dinner. Now when I visit you next, I will be taking you home. You must come with me today. Now with pleasure, the monkey said, okay, I will be coming to your home. So now he said, but I do not know swimming. Okay, but I can ride on your back. I will sit on your back, means I will sit on your, you may swim me across. On your back I'll sit down and you can swim me across. And they set out. In the middle of the river where the current was the strongest, the crocodile could no longer hide his intention. What? He cannot hide because he did not want his friend to die. What did he say? He said, sorry my friend, he said hesitantly, but I have to go underwater now. He said, now I am going underwater. I have brought you here to kill you. He said that I am going to kill you. My wife cannot survive without eating your heart. Yes, she wants to eat your heart. She is very furious, she is very angry, so I must take you along with me. Goodbye. The monkey was thunderstruck. Okay, he could not understand what had happened. He knew his life was in danger. He kept his cool and persuaded the crocodile on a pretext to swim back to the tree. He will be doing something which will take him back to his home, to his tree. He decided then to discontinue his friendship with the crocodile. The monkey was scared and distressed. He was very much stressed. He was very much angry. He was very much scared. But he was sensible. Sensible means intelligent. Okay, he had that brain in him, and clever like all monkeys. He kept a cool head. He did not lose his calm. He did not become angry. He did not become too scared. He did not show it. What did he do? He kept his calm. He kept his head cool. Calmly he said, I would do anything for you and your family. You are my only friend after all. What is a monkey's heart compared with the life of a crocodile's wife? Yes, she must has to leave, because if your wife wants to have my heart, I must give it because you are my friend. But how foolish could you be? You are so foolish. Okay, what did he say? The monkey said that you are so foolish. Okay, now you are my only friend after all. Now why didn't you tell me before? I would have brought my heart along. He said you should have told me this. What? That your wife wanted to eat my heart because I have left it where? I have left it on the tree only. So if you would have told me, I would have brought it with me. See? But where is your heart? The crocodile asked. Now tell me, where is your heart? It's there on the tree. Okay? Let's swim back at once and get it. Your wife must be waiting. So he said, quickly, let's swim back to the tree because I've kept my heart there. I must take it and then we will swim to your wife. Replied the monkey, gaining confidence. Oh dear, what's a mistake? So now crocodile thought, yes, he might have left his heart on the tree only. Said that will be a problem. So let's go and take your heart. Hissed the crocodile. They laughed loudly as the crocodile took a full turn to reach the tree. Now because he was swimming to his home, now he has to go back to the tree to take what? To take the monkey's heart. Okay. On the river bank, the monkey jumped onto the tree. As soon as they reached on the river bank, the monkey jumped where? Monkey jumped on the tree and heaved a deep sigh of relief. Yes, he was so calmed down. He thought, yes, now I am saved, because crocodile cannot climb a tree. Yes, so he knew that this trick will be working. He got himself saved. He plucked a fruit or two from the nearest branch and started throwing them down. Said, let your wife have some fruit rather than my heart. So what did he do? He plucked means he just tore it, plucked it from the tree. He plucked the fruits and then he threw it to the crocodile. He said, for the timing, your wife must be starving. She must have the fruits only. I am not going to give my heart. Fresh fruits are good for mind and body. Goodbye, friends, and if you don't mind, we won't meet again. What did he say? That now, because I know your intentions, I am not going to talk to you anymore. We are no longer friends. Yes, children? Goodbye, friends, and if you don't mind, we won't meet again. The crocodile, sadder and wiser. Yes, he was sad because he did not want to do it, right? He did not want to kill it, but because his wife has asked him to, so he had no choice. So he shed a few tears which were genuine. This time, you know, children, crocodile tears are fake, but this time he was really sad. The crocodile was really sad, and with this, which were genuine, and turned back to go home. He was in a hurry to tell his wife a thing or two. So this is a story from Panchatantra. Children, do you remember which story was it which we had read from Panchatantra? One more story was there, right? Do you remember? In this book only, from this book we had read one more chapter. If you don't remember it, so that's a problem. I told you, children, Panchatantra stories always give you some moral lesson. So children, we saw how the quick wit is intelligence, children. When you are in danger, you have to use your brain to save yourself from any danger. Okay, so with this, we are done with this chapter's explanation. In our next video lesson, children, we are going to write the meanings and question answers from this chapter. Till then, please take care of yourself and your family. Bye-bye.